Hey Mikhail, nice to have you here. Not directly on the Agile Couch, but on Futures. Nice to have you. It was a nice workshop that you had. Maybe
Thank
you
you.
could introduce yourself a bit to the audience.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you for having me here. And big thanks to volunteers who helped me with the workshop, with the setting. Really appreciate that. So, just a few words about myself. I am now a delivery manager at a gaming company, and I'm also an agile trainer, agile coach, and agile consultant. I do that on my own with my partner.
Nice.
So I started my career back in 2005, mostly as a business analyst, and then I slowly moved to project management and then delivery management. And of course, I use all kinds of agile methods and their facilitation methods. And I'm a really big fan of setting goals. That's why I prepared that workshop because this is really what matters. And the idea I wanted to go across and to explain to the audience is that if you set goals that is important for a leader, because otherwise leaders will start to micromanage and will not allow people to self-organize.
Yeah, the workshop was really interesting about the goals, and I can relate to that very much, acting as an Agile coach as well within the organization. I would like to check with you about the goals. Actually, it's interesting, and one of the challenges that I see myself, and I can see that others are asking, so how we should do, what works for that situation, is that, as an example that you gave, we have organizational goals, we have area goals or whatever, and then there's a team goals, and lastly individual goals. So all that relation kind of makes sense. But once we set organizational goals and that there's in place, for example, OKR framework, as you mentioned, is quite popular these days, like most of the companies use it. And we go into the team and team goals. What I've noticed challenging for the team is, so how do we use our roadmap then? And I assume that you have some tips and tricks here as a delivery manager. Do you even use roadmaps once you have the goals? Because those two are kind of interlinked somehow. Like it is what we want to achieve both on the goals and with the ambitious OKRs, let's say. That's what we want to achieve. But the roadmap as well is kind of the step to get there. So what would you say about that strange complexity?
Yeah, thank you for the question, because I think that is an important aspect of setting goals. And what I like to do in my practice is to build up a roadmap and have not just milestones in the roadmap and the decomposition of the work, but also clearly expressed goals that we want to achieve in the roadmap. And those goals can be decomposed down to team goals and maybe individual goals.
Oh, so you're saying that instead of having clear deliveries within the roadmap, you would aim it for the clear goals that we want to achieve, and that would help the team to understand what's our focus, what's our goal as a team.
Yeah, and I think Scrum is super clear about what a goal is, and I think we can use that definition of a goal, setting goals elsewhere. And Scrum says that goals describe their increment, the deliverable. And this is how you also can shape larger deliverables by just imagining the future state, what product we are going to have and what product we are going to supply to our players or users. And once people get an idea of the goal, they clearly visualize that goal and clearly understand what the deliverable will be. And like I said, deliverables expressed as a goal or goals, that is a powerful tool.
Okay, yeah, Scrum indeed. I agree that it's very much aligned with that, and somehow it changed into the good direction instead of, let's say, what exact deliverables we have to, what PBIs we have to complete instead. So what it is that we want to achieve, and I really like that idea and support it. So plus from my side, and it very well aligns with the mindset of goal setting. The other, challenging thing that I've started noticing more and more. Let's say that the team uses organization OKRs.
Okay.
And I don't know if that challenge is already widespread, but the station that I've noticed that if the team has the goals,
okay,
let's say for a quarter, one clear goal, even to simplify things, and then the team leaders, the ones that are helping to grow the people, be it managers, be it just leaders, they're helping to set individual goals that support the team goal. That sounds all good.
Okay.
But the thing that I've started noticing that if the individual goals are related to the team goal, and for each individual we set separate goals, then it's less and less teamwork I see within the team, because myself, I'm interested in my goals. I don't really care what goals you have, and I know that my goal will contribute to the team goal at the end, and that implies, working within Scrum. I don't need to be part of this team. I'll try to be, as per your example, be an expert in testing. And I don't care what you're doing, building new features or, enabling databases or whatever else. What would you say about that?
That's a very good question, because this is really a challenge, and this challenge needs to be resolved by leaders who set individual goals, and it has to be a point where people with their aspirations, with their willingness to grow as professionals, they have some idea where they want to be. And the job of a leader is to understand those ideas and match those ideas with what a company or team requires. So this is a very tricky trap when you can create silos in the team, and each one is focusing on his or her KPIs or goals. So it's a job of a leader to balance between them, between individual needs and organizational needs and their needs of a particular team needs in skills needs and in some other areas.
Would you say that it makes sense in this example of the challenge to help the leaders and the managers of the teams to set the goals for individuals that are helping them to grow rather than to achieve a delivery or outcome as what the team wants to achieve? Then in that case, they can additionally support the team and team goals rather than I'm aiming for this delivery and that's my own, despite the fact that the team has something else.
Yeah, and leaders need to be open and transparent with people who they work with. And maybe they might end up in a situation where they can recommend some certain employee to find some other place to work, maybe in that company where personal aspirations and desires will flourish and will align with company and team objectives.
Yeah, so it's indeed a tricky thing and then challenging, but why it's important? You mentioned that you really like goals, but what's the essence of why you think it's important to have them? How they help?
It is important because back in the middle of the previous century, the idea of a manager of a leader was a little bit different. The manager was the head that had all the ideas of the product in that hat, and then that manager gave tasks to this person, and that manager wired it all together. So products were not that complex, and it could be implemented by like predictive waterfall methods. So these days, situation is completely different. We are facing more and more complex products, and the idea and the implementation of the product cannot really fit into one hat of a manager. Managers no longer can just assign tasks and monitor and track those
command and control.
Yeah, so we are going away from the command and control paradigm. And what's instead? We have leaders, we have servant leaders, we have leaders as coaches who might not, whose expertise is not in the specifics of a product, but their expertise in leveraging talents, leveraging people and their ideas, their motivation. So that's why setting clear goals is important for people to come up with their ideas, how those goals can be reached. And on top of that, this helps to organize teams around those goals. So this contributes to the self-organization of the team. So because, like I said, it's no longer can fit into one hat of a manager.
Yeah, I fully support what you're saying, and even though the manager might think that he can fit it in his head, like naturally, probably will understand that a group of people, like a team, they're much more creative and smarter, like 5 heads instead of 1 head.
Exactly.
That's one thing. And the second, that why manager needs to put that much effort into commanding and controlling him. He can trust the team while setting the goal for the team and understanding that.
And let them collaborate, let them express their creativity, let them commit to those goals, and let them organize around those goals.
In the ways that they like. Have you read the book, Turn the Ship Around?
No.
But I'm just, it's quite a good book for anyone if they're interested. It's about the idea of the leadership mindset, and like I'm not sure if that example is from the book, that the captain can say what he aims to achieve, like set the goal and help all the others organize around it within the ship, like to pull something, to push something in order to change things. Or the captain might go to each and every person and say that you need to do this, you need to do that.
Exactly right.
And that's a huge difference how we're approaching this.
Yeah.
But the idea is that we don't want to command and control and micromanage.
Unless we are in a very simple situation, in a very simple project. So projects that if you are you work in a web studio and you do the same project all over again and again, then you might want a different paradigm. Like maybe command and control works in that situation, but these days I don't see projects like that too often.
As well, I'm curious, as we touched a bit, that OKRs are quite a popular method framework for setting goals. What do you see powerful in OKRs? Not necessarily comparing to others, but what's the hidden gold here?
I think it's the power is in simplicity. You can explain what OKR is in very few words, and it's clear because it's natural, and people naturally understand goals and key results, how to achieve those goals. So the power and the power is in simplicity. I
Simplicity
think.
is the key here. So it's interesting, Mikhail, then to understand if people would like to start using the OKRs, what you think, what would be your advice, where to go or what to do, what's the first steps?
I think the answer should be simple. OKRs work on personal life level quite well. So just get some knowledge about what OKR is and implement it in your private personal life. Set clear goals, decompose them to key results, and commit to those results. See how it is progressing. You will calibrate on the specifics, how you use that framework, and once you are good with that, maybe you would want to go to a training on OKRs, read another book, and then you might want to consider the idea of promoting that to the team if you are working as a leader in our team, and then you will have answers to their questions, because even though it is simple, people sometimes get a little bit restrained on something new, so you have answers to their questions. So start with your personal life.
Start with personal life. It's like personal agility. You can try it by yourself as well.
Yeah, actually, my wife hates agility because she says, let's do something in waterfall manner when everything is predictable. I'm tired of living in agile world.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, not everything is predictable. And what can you do? Like, you cannot predict what will happen.
Exactly.
Additional complexity is people that are not predictable at all.
Correct.
Their behaviors. Yeah, but is there anything else that you would like to, I don't know, suggest for the ones that listening or watching us? I don't know, from your own experience.
I just want to emphasize again that setting goals is the tool for for leaders, and if you want to successfully lead people and help them organize, try to use different approaches to setting goals, experiment with that, and because ultimately that what people naturally seek from leaders, not specific tasks, but they seek directions, and people are smart, and people will figure out how to get to that goal.
The way forward, that's golden words, that people are smart and will figure it out. Thank you, Mikhail, so much for joining us and sitting here with me. It's nice to have you here.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
And I wish you a wonderful day ahead in Agile Day Kaunas.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thanks.